we are going to start. Make sure you have enough room behind your mat. Hello and welcome. Hello, everyone. Take a moment to come down. Now, you're welcome to do these bridges on a prop if you prefer, with your feet on a roller or on the floor, or an arc. So I'm just going to get us warmed up in our back and our legs. Just a little bit of synovial fluid, and let's add our breath. You can breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. And let's just do another one. The low back should be feeling like it's awakened. You're going to stay up, and then we'll add a little pulse at the top so you have this little 2-inch range of motion. And then we're going to lower. Now you're going to take your heels a little longer away from you. And this is a longer legged bridge. You're going to go up and down. You're going to feel your hamstrings. 2, 3, a little differently. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you're going to hold this one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lower your hips, and then you're going to hug your legs in for a moment. So we're waking up the legs, waking up the back. Take your feet on an imaginary shelf and place your hands behind the head. Add a rotation as you extend a leg. Your shoulder heads towards the knee that's closer. And you're going to point on this first set, belly in. And then we're going to flex on this next set, as if you're trying to pull your toes back towards your shin. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then take a little breather. Now hug your shins, stretch out your arms and your legs, and then hug your shins, stretch out your arms and legs. Now to add on, lift up your shoulders and then stay up in the shoulders as you add on double leg stretch. Stretch out, hug in, stretch out, hug in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then take a little breather. Your head is on the floor, and then we're going to take the legs up. Now lower both legs at the same time, even just a little bit. Just flex and point, flex. And I've got a knee bend to slacken the hamstring here. Now if you like to add on, hands behind your head, lift up your shoulder blades, and then lower and lift, double leg lower. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1, and then hug your legs. Take your hands in between your knees and hold onto your feet or ankles and press your inner thighs open like a bound angle butterfly. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to lift our legs, and you're going to take a little pair of scissors. So if you would like to add on, you can take your hands behind your leg and your torso shoulder blades off the mat. We'll do a set of points with the feet, belly in, single straight leg stretch, and then a set of flexes, toes pull back. So we're also strengthening those ankles. Your belly should be pulling in. 4, 3, 2, and recover. Let your feet on the floor, lift up your hips in a bridge and open up those hips that we just flexed. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then lower your hips down. You're doing great. Now this time the legs come up, and I'd like to offer a pelvic lift. So see if you can lift your pelvis off the mat by abdominally contracting your pubic bone towards your xiphoid process. And if you're not sure, put your hand there. And if you'd like to add on, both hands, hands come behind your head, double crunch, up, both ends. 2, try 10 of those. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then recover. Hug your legs, We're going to do one that's called a partner drill. So pretend I'm on the other side of you. We're facing our legs towards each other, and you lower your legs a bit left towards the floor, and I'll lower right. So you have to make sure you're not going center because I'm on the other side of you. So we are double leg lowering. Pretend I'm there, doing it with you and the person. So we're going to go right, lift up vertical, and then our legs are going to go left. You can touch the heels to the floor if you can do that challenge. If not, lower just as much as you can do the challenge. Take 4 more. 4, try to keep those ribs down. 3, good. Oh, 2, 1 more, and 1. All right, hug it in and a little right and left motion, guys, right and left. Let those feet down, curl your spine up. Now we're going to lift the right leg in the air and pull the toes back towards your shin and just go up and down 10. This is going to counterpose all those abs. Yeah, we'll do the up and down, but it's okay, Karen, we'll do that too. How about we'll do it all? Up and down, pelvis to the floor. Now, what you'll do is put that foot down on the floor, your left leg comes up. You're gonna do 10 of those single leg pushes up to the sky. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do the one you were thinking of. You're gonna lift the right leg and do leg pulls. So I like this to kind of move that ankle and floss those nerves. So now you're doing leg pulls, point, flex, point, flex. And then you're going to take the foot down, realign your hips, they're neutral, and then your other leg, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Breathe in and breathe out through your nose if you can. And then we're going to take that foot to the floor. Inhale, lower, and let's take a full body stretch. Reach through your fingers, reach through your toes. Now I'm going to use the abs to come up. If you need to have an assist, you can put your hands underneath the thighs and then help yourself up. Grab a sip, and good job so far, guys. And do a little planking so your forearms are down. Hold the plank. I'm going to do a little 30 count. Regulate if you need to do a little less. 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 19, 22. Rest your pelvis and press either Sphinx or Swan. Good, hold. 20. And then lower. And then Betty, if it's not too big of a deal for you, can you move your screen down just a little bit? I can't see you too well, and I would love to be able to just make sure. You're usually really good. I just want to double check. So if you guys are ready, or when you're ready, take your hands beside your hips. I can see perfectly. Thank you. That was good. So you're lifting up and down right now, the torso. The arms are coming along. And then you're just going to hold. So stay up. And if you want to add your toes lifting and even your knees lifting, but they're not bending at the knees, you're just lifting through your legs, and just breathing will let you move a little. Polly, that's great. It's come along. Good. Good, Cole. 5, 4, 3. Now relax for a moment. You can even windshield wipe here. And of course, anytime you need to, you're welcome to child's pose it. We're going to take our fingertips like near our temples, like triangles. Your arms are like triangles. Lift up the right leg and lift up the torso more on the left. Lift up the right shoulder and the left leg, and the left shoulder and the right leg. So your opposite arm and leg, you're extending your spine, and you're also rotating. Extending, rotating, extending, rotating, extending, rotating. So 8 more. 7, good. 6, 5, 4, 3. You're doing great. 2, 1. And then we're going to bend the knees just to rock them right and left. We're going to do a little interlace finger position if you can, and if that doesn't feel comfortable, you just leave your hands by your side. So if you can interlace your fingers or rest one on the other behind your back, low back, do that. Lift up your legs, lift up your arms. 10. Relax, bend a knee or two and find your ankle or your shin, and then if you can, come up, bow. And then okay, we're gonna do it again. Here we go. Up. 15. So it's either your other foot or both. Good job. Dhanurasana bow. 5 more. 4 more. And then you're going to push back into a child's pose. I'm also going to cue the toes under in case you're craving that foot stretch. 5. 4. And then a 30-second plank again. So come on out to your elbows, your toes, and hold. Good, strong abs. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, and then 30, pelvis rest, forearms as Sphinx or hands as Swan. Good job, nice. Hold this upper back, get your breath. You're breathing in and you're expanding your upper back. Oh, everyone looks so good. Now, when you lower your torso, we're going to do those rear shoulder lifts. Take your hands near your hips. Now, you're going to lift your torso a little bit, stay up, and then you're going to lift your arms 10 times towards the sky. Palms are still facing the floor, but you're just lifting your arms for the rear deltoid lift. Good, and the scapular retraction. Now you're going to take your arms like a T, and you're still lifted a bit, but your arms are going to be higher 10 times. Then you're going to do a Y position 10 times. All right, press back, a little child's pose. You choose how, shins or toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, last 30-second plank here, and then we'll grab a sip. So hold on and lift up your knees and hold. Belly in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then just a counter pose, Sphinx or Swan. Hold 10. You guys are looking good in those posture muscles. 5 more. Breathe in. And then push it back. You're doing great. Grab a sip. You can, if you need a child's pose, take it. I'm going to go straight for the cough and the silk. Nice. We're going to do a little backwards plank. So this is also called reverse plank, but I want you to know you can also, if you need to, you can grab a prop or for your forearms, or you could just do a plank forward. But if you can, either do reverse plank table or reverse plank long. Hold. 10, 2, 3, 4, yep, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got it. And then lower. Nice job. We'll do a little balance. So you can lift up your feet. And right now I've got my hands on my thighs, but if you think you can let go, let go. And if you can lengthen. So 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lower the feet. And then we're going to do a set of triceps here. So again, you could do wall push-ups or a bound angle, something else if you need, but bend your elbows and straighten. So these are great for osteoporosis. If you're ever just looking for an exercise to throw in your day, or you're traveling and you don't have any equipment, you can do these on the back of a chair. And I think one day in class we'll just put a couple of chair exercises. They're kind of neat to throw in a routine. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now you'll just hang on to your thighs, and maybe you'll just stay bent and hanging on, or maybe you'll let go, and maybe you'll lengthen. That was good, Karen. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, recover. So we did a tricep move. We're going to do a chest press move. So you can do push-ups on the wall. You can do a plank instead if you'd like, or you can wrap your hand, but with your hand cut, Cole, maybe just do something else totally. So push-ups can be done a million ways: up on the wall, on your knees further back, on your toes, but take 10 to 15. A great osteoprevention exercise, or if you have it already, or osteopenia. A little bit of stimulus to the wrist too, just in case. So now we're going to just do a little seated stretch while we're waiting. So if you're at a different number, you just can do a stretch or finish out like a rotation here. Good job, guys. And then the other side. So that we all end up together. Yep. Grab a sip if you'd like. We're going to do one called treadmill. We'll layer it with a flamingo. Cole, you might like to be on your plank, your prop like an arc if you want. So your forearms are on the mat, or you're on a prop like an arc. You're going to bend one knee in, put it back, pull the left knee in, put it back. Notice I've got a little room under my hips. Now, if you want to do this on your hands, you can. So you choose whichever of these ways you want. Now, if you want to take a little bonus, switch places with your legs and land like a gazelle, and then speed it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So one thing we do in class is we add a little fast twitch fiber. That way you, because if you don't use that, you lose it. It atrophies pretty quickly. That's your sprint, quick, explosive muscle fibers. And if they don't get used, they lose. So we just throw them in there. We do some quick things. Explosive. Go to the other side. Up. Good job, guys. So what I did was intersperse 2 really good posture stretches in that. And I like how you're kind of moving the hands. Keep those nerves happy. 5. We're going to do one more posture stretch here. It's irresistible. The rack. You can take your arms up and back. You could find a way to make that hand happy. Good. Good. Yeah. All right. Lift your heart. So you're adding an inside job. 5. Good. Now we're going to prop on the side for a moment, and you're up. So if you need to modify, you're going to be down on your arm. But just lift up. I'm going to layer with this. Lift up and down. So this would be a good, helpful, not harmful bone strengthener in your hip. So you're lifting up. Now we're going to add on. So tap toe front, tap toe back. So I have this image that you're jumping over a jack-o'-lantern. You're up. Hip should be, it doesn't normally work like this unless you play lateral sports or do lateral actions. So if you walk outside, maybe do some shuffles. I'll show you in here in a minute. Okay, so what we're going to do is just go to the other side. I'm layering the top leg only right now, okay? I didn't forget the lower leg. We're just going to do this only. So at first, go up and down. I might offer, it's kind of fun to add a little neural program like point, flex, point, lift up through your waist so your ribs are up. Yes. Like you can't see over a counter and you want to look in what's inside the dessert counter. All right, now you do a toe tap front, toe tap back, lift up, lift, lift. So it's like you're jumping over a jack-o'-lantern. So my leg was getting lazy and my jack-o'-lantern was getting smaller, but I want to go over it. So your hips should be feeling warmer, and go back to the other side. Now you can do leg lifts again. This is also like if you ever need a backup plan, that would be an exercise to do. So if you can go up, side plank goes, or you can, we all can. So hold the side plank, we'll layer. And then let's say this, if you can layer, go 5 lifts, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower your hips. So that's good. You have a few options to do for lateral movement on that leg. So let me grab this. Okay, so you're up in a plank. You kind of set your tone first, and then you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale, and then exhale, lower. Great job. Now go to your lying on your arm. Your top leg's in front of, can you just see how I have a stretch? Just go up and down, and then let's add the point and flex. Point, flex. This is another helpful one for bone density and for balance, because your inner thighs help you get up stairs, up hills, run faster. Okay, tap toe front, tap toe back, lateral movements. Good, up and down. Let's do some flex. And feel how your waist pulls in. I should say, I've got a hand here because I like that belly pulling in reminder. Okay, go to the other side. Now your arm's a pillow so that your neck doesn't have any strain. Now the top leg's out of the way for a moment. Point and flex right away if you can. If you need a few to warm up, do that. But you are gonna lift. Now, if you want that little hand cue, you could put your hand on your abs. That way you're not sagging or drooping in the floor. Now you can go up and over a little pumpkin, up high pumpkin. Feel the belly. Breathe in and breathe out. So this is another just, you don't need any equipment exercise. It's a good backup plan. Let me get this in front for my forearm to have some more support. Now you can put your front foot in front or back, and you can, let me take it back, sorry, and then lift up. Can you see that I'm lifting up my inner thigh here on a side plank? Yeah, go for 10 if you can. Do what you need. We're going to go to the other side, and I just like a little prop for my elbow bone, my ulna. So I'm going to side planking, which is a great option if you need something else. What a great little, did I just see this, Betty? Did you just add on? Was that accidental? Because it's really fun. We're just going to add on. Sometimes serendipity comes with a new exercise. I just love it, guys. All right, we're gonna go to a side plank again, and we'll do some arm circles. So let's do that. There's all sorts of fun things you can put together with your movements. And sometimes it's an accident, but I like it, and so we just put it together. So how about 5 of these? And we're going to do 5 the other way. Why? Because we love to do some type of shoulder mobility every class at least. Ah, so good. So about 5 each way, hit the other side. And then what we're doing is building our hip strength and our arm strength while we're doing that. So 5, good. I like the way you have your legs up on an arc for a good prop. Big, nothing should hurt too. It's a good range of motion, no pain. Other way. How is that? Bring it to the other side. We'll do another one that we used to do so that it's familiar. You'll take a side plank, and let me show you 3 arm trucker pulls as a layer. 1, 2, 3. Now you could do 3 legs, 1, 2, and you knew where I was going, and then 3 together. 3, 2, 1, and then lower your hip. You did great. So I'll just offer the layers again for repetition, but if you know where I'm going, you go for the whole thing. So if you're up, when you're up, you could do 3 arm pulls. Good. And then you could do 3 knee. And then you could do elbow to knee. And then lower your hip. Very good. All right, grab a sip. Super good, guys. Super good. I'm going to add in a side plank called Maldrasana. You could do this on your forearm or your hand. Let me just show you some options. But one is a side plank. Great. One's a foot back lift. One is hand on the floor. Lift leg back, or lift, put the leg back and lift your heart. 10. Breathe in. And then lower. Okay, so you have all those options. You could do a side plank. You could do a foot back side plank with your forearm. You could do a hand down. So lift your hips. There you go, Jean. Lift them up. 10, 2. So yeah. Did you feel how you went up at least 2 inches? 4. Yep, keep them up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower. Hot dog, guys. Very good. I want to do a little cat-cow as a layer. So you know what I do a lot. I do a move that you can come back to or stick with. It's a great articulation. You can do this on the forearms on the arc if you want, Miss Cole. Or if you want more, go into your down dog. Oh, that feels good on the calves. Then you lift your heels, and then you do lumbar, middle, and upper back. Breathe in, and then you tuck your chin. And you drop your heels, and you lift your heels, lumbar, middle, upper. Tuck. Lift. Up. Tuck. Lift. So wherever you are, either cat-cow or up dog, down dog. Good. Another one. Enjoy. Breathe through your spine. And exhale. All right. Dolphin, forearms down, and you're still in this upside down V. Hold 10. And then recover for a moment. We're going to do a little dolphin plank. So go out to your forearms again, lift your hips, and then shift back down to plank. And then lift, and then shift down to plank. And lift, and lift, and lift. Two more. And then take a big fat stretch. So I like a sphinx or a swan. You can open up your back. Good. Or if you need a child's pose, Polly, that's fine. 5. Good. 4. Yes. Breathe. 3. Feels like a great counter pose to all that. Keep your torso down for a moment. And then we're going to do a swimming, which is right arm, left leg, but your arms are a little bit ahead of you. So right arm, left leg, and your torso is a little elevated, extended. So right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Again, that opposite diagonal pattern. Now, if you can, all the limbs come off the floor. 10. All right, take another type of swimming called breaststroke. Swim your arms around and add a lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, child pose back. I'm going to add the knee wide open so the belly has room to go, so I can encourage a diaphragmatic breath if you'd like to add that. Inhale. And then exhale. And then what we'll do is grab a sit. We're going to do a little bit for the lower body. And we've been talking a little bit about building bones. I'll have to look up exactly what study it was, but the women jumped 10 times a day as high as they could, maybe 4 times a day, and they increased their bone density like 2.5 times over the people that didn't do it. The control group, they lost bone density, and they were under 50. The women were under 50 in that study. So anyway, this is a great no equipment needed. So what I do to start is calves. Then it tells your body, hey, all my toes have equal weight. You know how the ankles are a little more vulnerable to inverting. It tells your ankles, hey, I want you strong here. You guys keep going. I have my correct toes in. I love these things. They feel so good. They help me keep my toes spread when I'm not paying attention, which I love. Okay, so that is your calf raise. It's also springy. Notice I'm not thudding to the ground. This is quiet. Then if you want, there's a little bounce. So if you have any other issues that you're modifying, this could be a way to kind of get your jumps in. Also, it's good for limp. I got to move these. These are a little big. Okay, now if you're going to join me, we're going to do 6 big jumps as high as you can. I do like to prep the jumps with my arms back and my knees bent. So here we go. Red bouncy ball, 6. And then take a breather. Now the next one would be that you go out like a star and you come back in. Get ready, prep, and then 1, 2, you still land neutral. 3, 4, 5, 6. Walk it out. The next one I'll cue, even if you don't do it, you kind of head that way. When you're in the air, your knees are going to be towards your torso like a tuck. So I'll face you. Otherwise, just jump or visualize. So you're down, you go up, knees in, right? 2, 3, still laying the same. 4, 5, you kind of have to be quick, fast twitch. 6, take a breather. Even if you just visualize, the heels are going to go a little bit back towards your booty. Breathing, right? So you start the same. You go 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, walk it out. Let me give you the backup plan. Out, out, in. I used to teach a lot of aerobics, and this was a move. Out, out, in. Okay, otherwise, right foot jump rope for 10. Springy. 10 on the left. 5 on the right. 5 on the left. And then if you would like, 10 travels with me. So Karen, you might change your lead leg and go out, out, in with the other leg leading, right? So right travel 10. Now left travel 10. As you get better at it, you might be able to jump higher. Right travel 10. Left travel 10. Hopscotch 10 and 10. So right double, left double, right double, left double, or whatever your length is, but about 10, 10. And then both in and both out. So out, in, and then again, out, in. And then meet me back for a squat. Now, we'll do 5 together. Normal 5. Good girl. 4. And hey, if you got it in, you go all the way down. This is totally up to you. 3. 2. All right, that's called dynamic. Now find a place you can hold. 10. Lift your heart. On these, yeah. Both knees should feel even, or hips. All right, feel them. Good, I love it. No hands. And then stand. Take a moment. Now, if you want single leg static, lift a foot or planted. 10. Talk about bone density in the hip. You can feel it, right? You can feel the bone getting stronger and bigger and denser, and then down. And then the other one. So a static 10 balance, or sorry, it's balance, but it's also a strength. Feel that leg getting stronger. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, Jean, I was moving my hands because I was losing my balance. I didn't mean to give it to you. Okay, single leg squats, you self-regulate. So I'm going to touch my finger to a wall. I'm going to lift up a foot. Bend one knee as low or as not as low as you need. I like to try to touch my other knee to the ground. You will tilt forward in these, so don't force that hard up on these. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Train your knee to track with the second toe. Even if you do them slow and all you're doing is training that knee, great. It needs the training, especially as women. Our hips are wider than our knees. Do 10 on each leg, or the best you can. One more. And then up. We didn't do one-legged balance, so we're going to do that. Tree pose, and this is long knee. So let's take a fun. Doesn't all this make these trees feel much easier? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lower that foot, try your other one. Tree. 10, 2, there it is, 3. And then I know I keep going back to bone density right now, but this is so good because it prevents falls. And a lot of times people will fall, their tricep can't catch them, and they land on a hip that's already kind of weak, and then that fall hurts them. So even though this isn't humongous bone density builder, it helps you prevent the fall. So a lot of the exercises we do have a different roundabout way. So Betty, I hope you can hear all the little different things. Yeah, okay, great. So this is getting down and off the floor. Please listen to your body. But so you could go low, you could flip your foot, you can take your right foot and lead the way up. Now your left foot's forward, your right foot's back. Now your right foot's back. So these are just ways to do it. You can also do this with a block as an assist. Crisscross applesauce is another way. You sit, or you sit on a block and you come up. Now you do the other and you sit. Yeah. So you can tell how this builds leg strength and balance. And then I like the one, Karen, listen to your body. And if you need to, you can just do a wall sit against the wall. Careful, forward, back. Good. And then careful, go forward. Toes flat or feet flat, and or whatever you can do. And then we're going to take a squat together. So this is also a good chance. I'm going to take my squat near my drink. Ta-da! I really like how that went. Now you have a handful of exercises, because that study with the squat, with the jumps, it wasn't even, an hour workout or anything. It was just something like they did 10 jumps, 6 or 10 times a day as high as they could. And that alone increased bone density. And hip is one of the top 3 areas people break a bone, not us, but other people. And so that's one thing I really like about the jumps. Okay, so have a seat, grab a sip again, because we did get our heart rate up. I also like that fast twitch fiber and the pliancy that the jumps and the single leg work does. Okay, come on down when you're ready. Take an inhale. And if you can take 5 seconds to get down, do. Betty, you might just go, or if you have osteoporosis, you might just get down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then take a full body stretch. Now, once you're down, we're gonna do a little sideways double leg lift. This is obliques, abs, and hip and inner thigh. So I'm making sure that I have a hand here. You can tell how much of a habit it is for me. It just tells my brain, hey, I want you on board, meaning obliques and abs. Lift up both legs. Lift up both legs. Yeah. All right, so you've got this going, you've got the hip going, you've got the inner thigh going. Now, just to add on that extra bonus, take 10 upper hip lifts. I know we did them earlier, but this is a great thing to know to build that hip density. Now, the inner thigh's off the ground. Try to do it 10 more times higher. Now, you're either going to meet me on the other side, or you'll go up 3 times, banana boat, which is coordination. It's like a way to integrate the body together. All right, we're going to do this on the other. So now arm is like a pillow. This hand just wants to go here for me to tell this belly, hey, I want your help. Because you know it can be easy just to flop into the ground. So I want your help. I don't want the neck's help. I want this to lift. Really good. I like to pretend you're gluing your legs together. There's a ribbon between your legs and you cannot let go. So they're working as a unit. I'm not sickling at the ankle. If I look down, I can see my toes in the peripheral. You're not letting them go way behind you, right? 5, 4. Now when you're up, we're gonna stay up. Now my bottom leg is off the ground. If you love neurology challenges, you can do point and flexes here. And pull that belly in. And then the leg stays up, guys, and then up and down. Again, you could do neurology, neuroplasty. Hot dog. Now you can do 3 of these banana boats, but if you need to stay low, just do your leg lifts. And 1, this is an option. 2, 3. All right, now we're gonna lie on the belly. Hamstrings and glutes are important to prevent falls, and a lot of people have gluteal amnesia, so that you'll see I do a lot with the tush. Lengthen your left leg up, and then lengthen your right leg up. Lengthen your left leg up. Now what I have is just a comfortable place for my head and my neck, because it should not hurt to do these exercises. So make it comfortable, grab a pillow if you need, or make your arms work for you. Try to keep the neck relaxed even though you're working. So it's lifting, you're lifting up as high as you can without tilting or rocking the pelvis. Now you can take them both off the ground as the next layer and flutter them vertically about 30 times. Recover. Now you're going to heel beat or toe beat. You're going to lift up both legs and you're going to tap the feet together in horizontal adduction. Lift up the legs and tap them 30 times. The legs are off the ground. The knees are long, but they're off the ground. Betty, I think you can lengthen your knee a little bit more. And then, yeah, try that. Yeah, 10 more. And then let's do an old-fashioned, this is a forearm position. I just wanted you to do a few of these. I know I don't do them much. They're in the Pilates repertoire. But what you'll do, so I've got my forearms down, like a kid watching a movie or cartoons. My belly's lifted a little. And I am pulling my heel towards my tush for twice. So sniff, sniff, and then I'm pointing it back. Heel to my booty twice, and then pointing it back. So you should feel like your knees getting some mobility, your hamstrings working a little, and you're working that neuroplasty by heel, flex, flex, point, flex, flex, point, flex, flex, point, flex, flex, point. One more each. Leg, flex, flex, point, flex, flex, point, and then a child pose or your restorative pose. Good job. Really good job on that. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then grab a sip. So I could call this class strengthening for bone class. So that one was more about flexibility. Sometimes people lose their flexibility in their knee joint if they don't use it or other trauma. So that one helped with that. Now you're going to be doing a plank, but we're going to be going forward and back. So your forearms are down. You're going to be on your toes. Now you're going to shift forward and drop back. If you have any plantar fasciitis or metatarsalgia, you can always put your shins on a foam roller and do this same movement. Take 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and then rest your hip and press up. Nice. Take an inhale, and then lower on your side. Now this is more therapeutic. So I'm going to bend both knees, and you bet you know what I'm doing. Clamshell. I think you can see with the white wall behind me, I'm opening up my knee, one knee, like I'm a clam. I'm opening up like a clamshell. So deep hip turn, external rotators. But I'm not shifting my torso. I'm trying to stay stacked. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, try the other side. You know, we do those external rotations on Tuesday's class. This is like for the arms, this is the same, but for the lower half. So a stabilizer. We want those hips to keep our hip where it's, our femur where it's supposed to be and not give out, and be very stable even when we're walking and we have one leg on the floor only. We want these hips strong. Therapeutic. Feel a little warmth back there? Now, what we'll do is go to the other side again, all right? So when you're on the other side, you have a layer now that you could do as the second repetition, so I'll demo. Or if you want to try something, put your foot on an imaginary shelf and just keep it on this imaginary shelf. Do you see how I'm lifted? 4. Good. Your choice. 5. Polly, these should feel therapeutic. I'm interested to hear if they feel good on your hips. 7, 8, you know how you open the book, you open a hardcover book. Does anyone read any hardcover books anymore? 10, 5 more. I do. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, other side. Good. So you could do it the foot on the ground, or you could do it, I'm going to pretend I've got my foot on a shelf. It's on an imaginary shelf. I try to leave it there. I'm bending the bottom knee. That's more comfortable for me. If you need to lengthen your bottom knee, you can do that. 5, 6, open it up like a book. 7, yeah, you see how you have a half an inch more sometimes. 8 than you thought you did. 9, 10, 11, yeah, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now we're going to lie on the back and take that right ankle to left thigh stretch. Grab a pillow if you want it, Karen. We're going to reach through, and does that feel like it needs the stretch now? Whew. Good. And if you want to rock, go for it. I'm going to rock a little right and left. 5, 4, 3, 2, breathe in, And then we're going to do ankle to thigh on this one. Reach your hands through. Now, if you would like to rock, you can. Sometimes I need a moment in that first position and I don't rock right away. So find what works for you. It's a nice one to spread out the toes. You just want to keep your breath through the nose and out the nose. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, and 2. And take another inhale. And then on your exhale, hold on to your hands, your hands on your thighs and get yourself upright. Grab a sip. So I'm craving that we need to do a little long inner thigh stretch. I'm going to do it in a traditional Pilates way called the saw. If you like to sit on something, you know you're always welcome to. So like, let's say you need a little pillow for your spine to be more upright. So your arms are open. I've got my legs a little more open than a traditional. Whoops, I'm going to have to scoot forward. Now you rotate first, just totally rotate, like that's your only goal. And then when you can't go anymore, you'll reach. Sorry, I'm cueing slowly. And then you'll come up, you'll rotate first, that's your only goal. And then you reach. So you're going to just work at your own pace. I was cueing kind of slowly to break it down because it is 2 moves. And the rotation's super good for upper back flexibility to prevent roundedness. And then you can pretend that your arms are taffy. Someone's pulling your arm forward, pinky finger past the pinky toe or so. Someone's pulling your back arm. That's the one I would sometimes forget about if I don't think about it. Someone's pulling your back arm. Someone's pulling your front arm. Beautiful. You guys look so good. So just enjoy rotation and see, does one side feel like, oh, it's easier to rotate left or right? Today, it's a little easier for me to rotate right, so I'm going to give my mental focus to the left side. About 60% of the population is right rotationally kind of set in their fascial pattern, so they easier rotate right, and we want to keep it. Now, I'm just going to choose a leg. You choose any leg you want and go to one leg. So you choose, because we're going to do both anyway. 10. Relax your shoulders. And then just go to the other leg. Choose your other one. Yeah. You can also go right down the middle. And come up when you're ready. Now we're going to go to our shins. So you could get a little padding. So I've got this little towel for my knees. It's really, it doesn't even have to hurt for it to be good. You just want to, say, oh, it's a little uncomfortable. Let me help myself out. Like my Thai yoga teacher used to tell us, you shouldn't hurt for 1 second. If you feel it for 1 second, do whatever it is you need to do to correct it. So then you can give your attention to what you want. And you're just teaching your self-care and practicing that. So this is another one that it's lateral flexion, nice for osteo, doesn't require any equipment. Now we are going to add, you could add a rotation if you'd like. I forgot to say a couple other things. You could lower your arms if you were having a tight neck day. You could keep your arms higher if you're asking for more intensity. You could pick up a weight and put it in your hand. This isn't a weight, it's a stability circle, but this is all the ways you can make it. Notice how you figure out how low you need to go. We're going to do a couple stretches here. The first hand, the hand goes down your thigh, the first stretch, and then arm up. Now I've got a little opening here. Yeah, so yeah, do what you need to, Polly, for that shoulder. 10. Give me a length through that elbow, Karen. You got it. And Betty, I see you already did that. Awesome. Now this hand can come down. I like to knuckle, so I've got my fingers folded under. And you're just barely on that arm, but do what you need to, Polly. So 10. Yeah, lift. 5. Stretch out through your hand, 2. 3, it's so fun. 2. And then come on up. Now, you can take your leg out, fingertips here, and let's get going, but I'll tell you about the modifications. It could be that you have your hands here. Could be that you have your arms a little bit bigger. You could go lower if you want harder. You could put longer arms. This leg's long. Good. 8. Okay, so feel your tummy, and then what we'll do, add on, so you dip, but then you rotate. You dip, and then you rotate. You decide how low you go. Let me turn that a little bit more. One of my bones sticks out more on the left side. 6, we're not symmetrical a lot of times. 7, 8, 9. Now what we'll do is stretch, that's lateral flexion. A gate pose is what this is called in yoga, gate pose. Ooh, I love that, pretend I'm pulling you. I like also rotations in any lateral flexion. You'll see me doing this, and if that serves you, try it, because there's some obliques, there's some QL, there's your intercostals, which they are between the ribs, and they just need to be flexible so you don't feel like it's hard to take a big breath or cough the moment your heart rate goes up. So this hand, I am going to fold my knuckles. Let me just show you. You could take a prop as well. So let's say you can't touch without squinching your neck. You can use a foam block or a foam roller. You notice I just grabbed whatever I had. 10. Now breathing is the way you add that extra stretch. I'm going to add the fingers, stretch through the fingers. Breathe in, and then come back up. Now, just for a moment, guys, you're on your shins. Listen to your body. Hinge, even if it's an inch. Now, don't hurt anything, but hinge. So you see how I'm one long line, ear, shoulder, hip, knee? And if you put your hands here, your thighs are getting longer. They're lengthening while they're strengthening. Good, good. So I don't want you to feel like your low back gets more arched. Your whole body's moving back. Okay, 5 more. Good. It's like when you walk downhill and you feel your quads sometimes the next day if you've done a long hike downhill, or if you run downhill. 2 and 1. All right, that was awesome. I'm going to have us do some stretching for that quad. So when you're ready, you're going to be a couple ways. Betty, you might like your foam roller on your back. I'm going to show the modified first, but I mean, you may as well grab that because I know that one's better for you. So one stretch is hand to your ankle, foot. And then pull your ribs down a little bit. That's a great one. If you don't really feel it and you're looking for more, you can line your back with either a foam roller underneath you or not. The foam roller's kind of a secondary step after that side one. Now, whatever you're doing, just add that full breath. Let me get my props out of the view of the camera so you can see. This is a great little stretch. The right shin's underneath you, the left foot's on the floor, your ribs are down, your pubic bone's up. You can add the arms like a little field goal post or a Y to help encourage the sides opening. Breathe in through your nose, expand the belly, the ribs, and the apex of the lungs 3-dimensionally. You're giving every alveoli of your lungs nourishment and breath. You're expanding your intercostals. So this isn't just a stretch for the muscle, it's a stretch for the respiratory muscles. So take the other side, left foot under, and you're gonna try to pull the ribs down a little bit, pubic bone up, arms up so you get the increased stretch on the sides. Breathe in through your nose. Your belly inflates like a balloon is being blown up. Your ribs inflate three-dimensionally on the front, the sides, the back, also called posterior lateral rib cage breathing. Get that breath to the back and sides, the most voluminous part of the lungs. And the breath continues all the way up to the apex of the lungs, right and left side, front and back of the ribs. You want to feel like your breath is going equally on the right and left, the best you can, the bottom to the top, the best you can. Breathe in fully, and then exhale, let go. Now let the feet be a little wider. This may be a bit easier now. Drop your inner right knee down, pick up your left ankle and rest it. So we often call this Tinkerbell stretch. Breathe in. There's that breath. How many times during the day do we get to focus on the breath? And when you do that, long inhale through the nose, long exhale through the nose, it calms the nervous system. So it gets us, if you're in a fight or flight or freeze, you get in a different state. You can alter your mood by altering your breath. Let's take that other side. So the left foot is a little wider than the hips. You drop that inner knee down. If you have a little extra stretch in you, pick up the right ankle and rest it on the thigh. Breathe in through the nose, belly, ribs, heart. You want the respiratory muscles to be pliant and malleable so that you can have as much energy during the day as you can. There's no restrictions in your breathing muscles, primary or secondary. There's voluminous space. That's energy. Your breathing is your energy. Breathe in. Now this is going to be a supine bound angle, so let your feet soles go together and let the knees drop. Can you see how I just have them towards the floor? And the inner thighs are stretching. If you don't feel this one very much, you're welcome to do it. That's it, Karen, with your hands on your ankles and your knees in the air. Just mixing things up today. 5, 4, love it. I like the hand press, Jean. That's a great idea. 3, 2. Now send one leg long. Now the right knee goes over, knee down twist. I like to put that left hand on the knee and open up your right shoulder. Let's breathe into this. Notice how different stretches create a different traveling of the breath, a way the breath feels differently. That affects the nervous system differently. These are twists are a really neat blend of calmly energetic to me. All right, we're going to take it to the other side. Right leg long, left knee over, and left arm out. Now, did one side feel tighter? You're just going to observe without judging, and you might spend more time on any tightness you feel. Melt into the floor. Five, 4, 3, 2. Come back, and you can just hug your legs in, and you can stay here or put your legs up on the wall if you'd like. You can use a prop or not, and just take a moment to relax your mind. Take a really big inhale and a really big exhale, and then gently Wake your body to come to a side and then to come to an upright position. You did so good. Take a long spine and notice that feeling of wellness. And it's like your cells are buzzing. They're radiant, they're vibrant. Their frequency is of wellness, peace, energetic and calm. Whatever it is, just soak that in, and we'll set an intention of your natural baseline of wellness to be here. Notice how you can feel that strength, that flexibility, that springiness, that full breath. We'll set an intention to stay closely connected to that high wellness. Wellness is not just the absence of disease. Wellness is feeling good, clear mind, strong body, feeling capable, lifted spine with so much appreciation. Have a wonderful day. Great job. You guys are just handling all the variety. So cool.